Hello and welcome to the UTB Blogcast number 116. We're back. Small
After a
crew
break.
tonight. Yeah, small crew tonight with Brad and Roy. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
That was only
Roy,
half participation.
yeah. Roy didn't
Come
say hello,
on,
boys.
Roy.
Hello, everyone.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right, so we are back after a break. Brad, do you want to talk a little bit more about how we're back?
Well, you know what? We kind of stopped doing these because it was hard for us to get people. It was hard to get the interaction, hard to get everybody here at the same time and the able and willing to speak and the ones that were able to show up to actually know what we were talking about. So we figured let's just do a slimmed down, faster version. Hopefully we won't have any more of those hour-long blogcasts of just us razzing each other, and we could just do a quick, speedy hit on the topics and kind of be a little more pointed in what we're doing. Because, I mean, really, I think that the three of us here are the ones that have been the most solid on the blogcast recently. So let's just go for it. And if other people decide they want to show up, there's plenty of room for them. But I think this is going to be our core group for the immediate future.
yeah. I thought that we are on a season break.
Yeah.
I thought that the last episode is the season finale or something like that. So
I was worried it was the series finale and there'd be no more.
I'm
But
filled
it's
with
good. I
energy.
mean, we had to figure out how to get back on and do this again, and it's amazing how you kind of get out of the habit of it.
Yeah. So let's start. Let's do it.
The first topic we're going to talk about tonight is our recent BBM weekend.
Yay, BBM weekend. Join BBM.
Hashtag join BBM. So the goal of the weekend was to get more users. And
Yeah.
Brad, just give a quick rundown of what exactly the BBM weekend was.
Well, it is actually our second
It is.
BBM weekend, right?
Uh-huh.
The first one we did, it was kind of a spur of the moment. Let's just do something for the weekend and see what we can do. And so the second one, it's like, you know what? Let's hit on every aspect of BBM that we can think of, and let's provide blurbs, right? Blurbs that users could use to promote BBM to their non-BBM using friends. That was my idea behind it. So I wanted to hit on every feature of BBM, which there were things that we missed. Especially going back over it after the weekend and looking at it, I realized there's quite a bit that was missed, but man, we got a lot of features in there, right? And then
That just means we need to do it again.
At the same time, we help promote a few other channels, a few other channelers. We got some other websites and other channels to help promote the weekend, and we got some users out there on social media promoting the weekend. But I think that the biggest thing that we needed out of the weekend was to get people promoting BBM outside of BBM. And I'm not so sure that that really accomplished our goal.
First, I think we should say thank you for the sites like BlackBerry Base and BlackBerry Click.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if I'm forgetting
Barry
anyone.
IL.
Yeah, Barry IL. Yeah, I got a few hundred new subscribers to the Barry IL channel.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's great. I think this BBM weekend was more aggressive, and
it was definitely more prepared.
yeah, with too much information, maybe.
There's never too much information. It
No,
was
but
it was too
maybe
many posts.
if we would release this information on Twitter, let's say, we can bring new users.
You know, that's not a bad idea, because that was part of my issue, is how do we get people, because we had a lot of interaction on the channels. We really did. I was proud of what happened on the channels, but we didn't really have any interaction outside of the channels. I mean, we did have some, but not, I mean, you really want to get it out into other areas of social media where non-BBM users see it. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe the next BBM weekend, we do it over Twitter.
It not have to be a BBM weekend. We can every day or every few days tweeting those BBM weekends tips and the BBM features. It's basically what BBM, the official BBM account, doing, if we think about it. But we can add our angle to those BBM tips and stuff.
Yeah. We do have something else that's going to be coming up hopefully soon, which I don't think I even told you guys about, because it's not our idea. It's actually Brad over at Barry Reporter had an idea. And so it's going to be another sort of promotional thing, maybe a little bit more fun than the BBM weekend. But once there
is more fun than BBM weekend.
Oh, well, it's definitely a BBM, definitely a BBM promotion, but it's going to be a lot different than BBM weekend, and I think it'll be fun. But we're going to take part in it, and it's thought up and originated and planned by Brad over at Barry Reporter. So we'll be playing along with that.
Cool. So BBM brought new features.
Yeah.
In the last few weeks.
One of those features is one that a lot of us have been using all along, and then a couple of other ones.
I'm not sure how I feel about one at this point in time.
Uh-oh. Okay, so what do you want to talk about there, Roy? What's your favorite feature of the new ones?
BBM desktop. It's that obvious.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's very nice to have that available to us now.
It's my most used feature, that's for sure. I've been spending a lot of time behind my computer screen here, and I really think over the last week or so I have used the desktop more than my phone, which is shocking for me, because that's not generally how I operate. But BBM desktop has a long way to go. You know, there's no denying that. I still want my emoji. I want to be able to add photos to it. I want the full BBM experience on the desktop. But at the same time, this is still like a first version, beta version, and what they have done so far is so great. And one of the latest things that I saw, which I posted a post about it last week, that's just made it 100% better experience, is the quoted messages showing up as part of the message. Because previous to that, when someone would quote a message, you would just see what they wrote. You wouldn't see that they were quoting. And a lot of times it's like, what the heck is Bigley talking about? Well, I say that all day, any day.
Yeah, that's not really new.
But in this case, people besides him started making sense on desktop, and it's such a dramatic improvement.
And I think we all waited to the BBM desktop basically because we had a blend on BB and BB10, and I use desktop. It's easier for me to use it on work, in work, because I don't want that everybody will see me all day on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's great. I really like it. I think when they will add a picture, that you will have the ability to add picture or any other media, or even the list or any features that they bring on their mobile version, it will be more complete BBM desktop.
Yeah. Definitely. Can't wait for it. And we know that they're working on it. You know, it's disappeared and reappeared several times. Now it is on the official, right? It's on the official release, not just the beta.
Mm-hmm.
Which that bodes very well. That's good.
And we got another great feature on the latest release. We can create group for 300. How much?
Yeah, the super groups. It's up to 300 users, and while it was in beta, we started a UTB super group because I wanted to see what it was like. We have not reached 300 members because the majority of people that were requesting admittance were not on the beta and couldn't get in. So there are
now
a lot of people,
86.
86 users in our group. Awesome. So now everybody can get in, right? Not just the beta users. Well, everybody on Android and iOS anyway. So if you emailed me and if you messaged me and you couldn't get in because you weren't on beta and we weren't able to get you in, send me a new message to the same ID that you spoke to me on before, and we'll add you to the group. You guys will get first dibs on it. And then once we get all those people in, then we'll put out invites for more people. I want to see that group hit 300 members.
Yeah,
and it can be very active.
I saw that on the super group when I writing a message. If I hold the message, I can see who saw this message and who yet to saw it. So you can see if someone saw it or not, but it's only on your messages. It
Really?
didn't.
I did not know that on the messages. I knew that happened on the pictures.
If you will send anything, hey everyone, and you click on it, there is an information in circle. You can click on it and you see that it's written by UTB Brad and Erica. How surprise!
That is awesome.
And you
I did not know that.
Who delivered? Yeah, and it's great if you're writing a message and you want to know if someone specific saw it or not. It's really great feature. It's not a new feature because it's on other platforms already.
Right. I think a lot of what's happening in the super group are responses to what people have asked for in the BBM groups. I think that's kind of why they kind of started from scratch, because one of the conversations that we started having last night, or I think it was actually outside of the super group, but it was with one of the members from the super group, is why is this different? Because like one of the primary, the first thing you notice is that there's no invite. When you add somebody to the group, they're added to the group, just like how group chats have always been. Not necessarily the BBM groups, but the group chats, you could just pull people in. And like I was telling the person last night, if you remember back on BB10 land, when there was that glitch where you could get pulled into 99 plus member groups and you would be stuck in the group. You couldn't get out. That was horrible. So Okay, Daddy.
I think he's horrible too.
Yeah. My wife took him. Yeah. He just woke up and yeah. So basically, BBM will integrate the new supergroups into the regular groups, and it just become groups in the future, or we
Do you think?
still see a differentiation between groups and supergroups.
I kind of hope it stays that way. I hope there's the two different types.
Because I
name
want
it
new
something
features on
differently.
groups also.
What?
I said I hope they name it something differently because the whole groups thing is annoying at times.
Yeah. I kind of like to see them call it supergroups personally, but
I want to see the supergroup featured on regular groups.
and the regular group features on supergroups. But I mean, that's kind of the thing, because there's things that some of us like that some of us don't like. You know, I mean, I would love to see, you know, the lists and the shared calendar in the supergroup.
I'd
But
like
at the
to
same
see a
time,
permaban.
you'd like to see what?
A permaban for pig
Yeah.
number. That would
I
be
even
nice.
have a name that we could call it.
Sure.
But yeah, that's the one thing about the supergroup. It's the first time that we've ever had somebody that we need to permaban ever.
If they make the differentiation between groups and supergroups, so let's make the supergroups like a working group or project groups, or make it more like Slack or other platforms. You will be able to choose between group, like we do it chatting group, and you will have the working group with more productive tools.
Maybe. See, I see the old BBM group, call it the old BBM group, as more productive than the super group. I think the super group is definitely more social, just because you look at the options that's in the group, and because of those lists in the calendar, I see that as being a more productivity driven type of thing. Whereas the super group, it's about chat, you know, and when you leave and you come back and it brings you right back to where you left off, that's a great feature. I don't know. I kind of want them to, because there's certain things in each of the groups that I don't want to lose. And I have a feeling that if we merge those together, obviously a lot of those features aren't going to merge together. Some things there will need to be a decision about, do we follow it this way or do we follow it that way? And I'm not so sure I want to lose something so that we get both those groups merged into one.
Yeah, you're right. And also, at least on my BBM, when I always checking what's new on Discovery tab, I discovered the Discover TV.
Yeah, that was rolled out to
already.
8 more markets yesterday, I believe.
No, I have it for a few days now.
Okay. Well, Matthew posted it yesterday, so there.
Okay. I have a VIP access. I get it before him.
You might have. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, we have it here in the US too, which is something that I wasn't expecting to see.
So you saw something interesting on Discover TV?
You know what? I'm not much of a video guy. I'm not much of a YouTube guy. There's times that I will go into it generally if somebody shared something with me, but I'm not somebody to go surf. But one of the things that I have noticed is that people are sharing videos from Discover TV and BBM groups. I've seen that happen a few times already where it's like, oh, people are using this feature. You know, it makes me happy that, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this is day 2 of this feature, because that's kind of publicly known. And I'm already seeing videos being shared in groups.
Yeah. I find it nice because I have my European football videos, and there are videos of people that are doing extreme things. And there are a kids channel. I can show my kid cartoons for babies. So it's pretty nice feature. They added.
And you know, it goes right in line with kind of what they were telling us before, with what BBM was telling us about. They're all about, you know, sharing content now. And it's like when they brought BBM News to us, and they wanted to be sure that this is something that, you know, users can get their information and get their media without leaving BBM, and then being able to share it with their friends over BBM. You know, it's like you see that happen with news, and now we're seeing that happen with these videos. It's like, where do we go next? I think it's great that they're just building an entire platform within BBM. And there are a few nervous Nellies or, you know, Willie Whiners out there that don't want to see anything new in BBM. You know, there's one of them in our super group. I won't say his name, Adam. And he doesn't want this stuff in Discover. And it's like, well, don't click on Discover. It's that simple. It's not doing anything to you by being there, but it is giving more options and more things that will, number one, drive people to BBM, hopefully, and make it easier for us to get people on BBM. And number two, keep them there. You know, it's like once you get used to using these services, you know, if somebody is a big video fan and they get used to using Discover TV, that's one more reason why they won't just jump off of BBM. You know, maybe they like BBM News better than surfing through Twitter and seeing what Twitter is allowing you to see today. And they like sharing it with their friends. Well, there's one more reason why you're not going to get off of BBM, because you don't want to lose BBM News. You know, I love what they're doing, where they're creating an entire platform within this, what used to just be a basic chat app, the original basic chat app.
Yeah. And we'll move on to our next topic. I think what will be really interesting lots of our viewers. The BlackBerry Key 2.
Can't not talk about the Key 2.
Officially named Key 2, I think.
Yeah. So what do you think?
The excitement is palpable.
It's a new BlackBerry phone, so every single one of us are excited, and every single one of us want that phone.
I saw the tease video by BlackBerry Mobile, and all I'm thinking is, what the chances that a phone, the name Key 2, will appear on my doorsteps by mistake?
By mistake.
Yeah, I saw the new keyboard, and it looks smooth and cool, and it actually looked like the passport keys.
See, I don't understand the passport. People keep comparing it to the passport. I just don't get it. How is that
similar
passport like? As opposed to like classic light.
I will do a comparison between the keyboard of like the Key 1 to passport keys. They are slightly different. The angle of the keys are slightly different than between the both. But I will make a comparison.
The Key 1 keys have like that glossy finish over the top. I mean, if you kind of look at it from the side, you can see that there's a clear covering over the top of the keys. And from what we've seen of the Key 2, that's not the case. You know, your letters are printed right on the black plastic. But then as far as like the shape of the keys, it reminds me more of the Bold or the Classic than it does the Passport. I mean, the Passport were just those oblong, wide keys, 3-row keyboard. I don't I just don't see the similarity between the, and I keep hearing it. I hear it everywhere that, oh, this is passport-like keys. And I just don't, I would never think that personally.
Yeah, I will make a comparison on the upcoming week and let the people vote if it's look like or not. But it's a new keyboard and a dual camera. That's something that every smartphone have these days.
And you know, I really want to see how they utilize that dual camera, if there's something specific going on. I know that Alex Thurber has been posting to his Twitter photos taken off of an unnamed BlackBerry device, right? Quote, the key something. And those are some of the, those are some of the clearest pictures I've seen. I mean, it is amazing looking. And I wonder if that is part of the dual camera. I wonder, I mean, is it using both of those cameras to take those photos? I don't know how they're doing it, but those photos are amazing. Give Alex Thurber a follow and see some of the photos that he's posted recently. Amazing.
And we have a new button that nobody knows what it's doing, but I don't think there is something new. I think it may replace the symbol button.
I think it's replacing the shift, isn't it? Wasn't it replacing the shift? The second shift that nobody uses?
I use the shift.
You use the right-handed shift? Are you left-handed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
And the event will take place on New York's June 7th, I think 10 a.m. And it will be streamed live from BB mobile site.
Yep. Good times. So how long do you think before it hits the markets?
They usually, at least from the key one, they gave it like 1 month, 2 months before. But I think in July we will see device.
Do you think it's going to be a slow roll like the key one and the motion, or do you think that it's going to be, here's our phone, come and buy it?
No, it will be slow.
I kind of have that feeling too. I hope it is a global release, but
I think it will start with the UK and Canada and maybe other few countries, and then Middle East, and a few months later USA, then South America maybe, unless they're going to surprise us and it will be available for day one after the launch, and it will be available to everyone, and they making surprises. But
I would love to see that. I know that BlackBerry Mobile takes a lot of hits, you know, a lot of negative comments because of these rollouts, but at the same time, like the key one and the motion, it really is a question. How many are we going to sell? And we don't want to see another Z10 fiasco where you've got phones sitting in warehouses going unsold. You know, that almost took down BlackBerry. So I can understand them not doing a global rollout and release market by market, but at the same time, during the time of the key one and the motion, we've got the ability to buy online now. You know, there's a European BlackBerry mobile store. We here in the United States, we can buy from Amazon, if nothing else. Pretty much a lot of the world can purchase these phones online, and I would like to see them say that, look, we're going to roll it out to these retailers, a slow roll, because that's what you would expect, the retailers that sign on. But I'd also like to see them globally release it online. I would love to see that, but I'm not so sure if these retailers that are buying stock would be too keen on buying stock 6 months down the line if it's already available.
If they will not roll it globally at launch, I think that at least they must launch it on Canada, USA, and Europe first, at least on several countries in Europe before they go to Middle East. I exclude China because China, this is their home market for TCL, and they must launch it globally first on USA. You can say whatever you want. It's the most important market. If something goes well on USA, it will go well everywhere. That's how things going.
True. I'm just not so well, I don't know. I'm not sure how it's going to be received in the USA. You know, I mean, the Key One has got a lot of love in the US. I don't know. Do you think we're going to see more love, or is it going to be, because I mean the Motion really didn't see much in the way of I just haven't seen much of the Motion in the US.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think with the BlackBerry name, I think that physical keyboards just get more attention because they're more. I think I just totally lost the word I was thinking of. But because they're more BlackBerry, the keyboard, of course, is more BlackBerry, and because when you have a full screen phone without a physical keyboard, they're not as distinctive on the
Right.
market. So I just truly think that the physical keyboards inherently get more attention.
Well, there's a lot that we as BlackBerry users and BlackBerry fans look at in our phones, you know, and it's like if we're speaking to somebody about reasons to buy a BlackBerry and the reasons we buy a BlackBerry, there's a few things that we talk about. The keyboard is one, whether it be the virtual or the physical. The security is always a top thing that we talk about. A lot of us, like myself, the most important thing for me is the BlackBerry efficiency and the workflow that you get with the devices. So there's different things that we BlackBerry users look at with our phones. But when you're talking outside of our community to other people, whenever you hear somebody say, I miss my BlackBerry, it's always for one reason and one reason only, it's the keyboard. So I get what you're saying. I don't think I don't think the typical American market that I'm surrounded by here in California is going to go, I miss that BlackBerry security, I want a BlackBerry. You know, they're going to be talking about the keyboard. That is the competitive advantage.
We still know the real specs. We only heard some rumors, and it's pretty nice that we are 2 weeks before launch of the new device, and we saw only 2 pictures or 1 real picture, and we heard just about the dual camera and the new keyboard and maybe the processor, but we don't really know what's coming up like we did know on other BlackBerry phones.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have this exciting about the new specs. We don't even know what they're bringing to the table, and if they will bring something great, it might be a successful one. I hope at least more than the Key One.
Yeah, I do too. I'd love to see BlackBerry take a spot, you know, as one of the leading phone manufacturers again. I just keep waiting for that day.
Yeah. So we hit all the 4 topics or something, or 3 topics that we had.
Yeah, we actually, we did.
That's cool. I think it's the first time that I'm on the Blogcast and we've been that focused on our topics.
I'm not sure how long we've been doing this, but I feel like we were quicker than normal, and we didn't do all of our, you know, normal weird chit chat. So
Yeah.
So to end it up, I guess, thanks for coming, and we want to we still want more ideas and more interaction on the BBM weekend. We want to do this again. We've got another plan coming, like I talked about earlier. And please subscribe to us on YouTube. And that's my final words. So I'm leaving it to you guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's Little Roy.
Just a minute. Yeah, you want to sit next to me, but there's a height. Yeah, Cindy wants to sit next to his daddy. My ending words are that we want to make the BlackBerry community like we used to have it, more participation. I think we are working hard, and nobody pays us, and it's nice to see when you get a good reviews and comments from other people on chats or Twitter or any other social media. And if someone wants to participate, to take action in bringing all the good news, security, BlackBerry, Geek, or anything that UTB brings to the table, we will be happy if you want to be part of us.
So glad you said that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we need help. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
We need more bloggers. Time is a commodity that does not come easy to us anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to run a site that wants to be more professional, bring all the news, bring extra content, not just news. So it's pretty hard in these days. We're not young anymore. We don't have the free time.
Says the youngest guy out of our group.
Yeah.
Erica, you got some final words for us?
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, #JoinBBM, and keep talking about BlackBerry. And keep talking to us about BlackBerry.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it dialed in here. I like this. We can do this short and sweet, and we can do this every week with the three of us. Hopefully we get some of our old folks back to come in and guest with us. And I see Wayno in the chat. Huh?
Or guests that want to show and have, if anyone have something good to say, we are welcoming everyone.
It's true. We're a very welcoming bunch.
Next time you will bring something to drink and something to eat this Blogcast. I'm very hungry. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So should we call it, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us on our return episode. We'll be back soon, hopefully. And see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.